Legally Blonde is about Elle Woods, who is a UCLA graduate, and she leaves UCLA to go off to Harvard to find her boyfriend who dumps her and takes off to college, and she decides to follow him.
Originally as a motion picture, wasn't it?
It was originally a motion picture starring Reese Witherspoon, and it follows this exact same plot line. In fact, it's so close that as I watch the movie now, I can implant the songs in the movie where they should go according to the musical.
Of course, the motion picture, that was a non-musical.
Yes, it was.
Right. What, for all the production companies around the country that might look at this video, what is it about A Legally Blonde that may be a little different than anything else that you have experienced in the musicals that you've been in?
I don't know if it's different necessarily, but it's a combination of a whole bunch of different musicals. I think the biggest challenge with this show in particular is it's a constant flow. The show never stops going. There's never a pause for set changes or scene breaks or anything. It's constantly flowing. There's a lot of set pieces with this that are integral to the show. So really,
how many?
Boy, I haven't even counted. I
20?
should.
20?
Probably 20 at least.
20?
Yeah.
And is that how many scenes through the course of the production?
I haven't counted those either.
So
I think I counted 34 set changes overall.
Wow.
In the show itself.
That's like The Miracle Worker. It had something like about 35 different scenes and amazing.
Yep, it's huge. And in Tetrising our set pieces in the back in our small backstage area, and then making sure that they fit out. It's an art form, and we've done choreography rehearsals for just the set pieces, and it's been fantastic.
I read the Record Eagle article. The stage crew is constantly in motion, right?
They are. The stage crew, everybody's constantly in motion. There's very little downtime for anybody, the cast included. If they're not on stage or off stage making a costume change or they're helping with the scene changes, it's a very demanding show.
So the lights never really go down because they're constantly, as soon as one scene is completed, they're moving set pieces in place.
That's true.
And the lights are still up.
The lights are still up, and some form of light is still up, whether we're isolating in a certain portion of the stage to provide for some cover for a scene change in the back, but there's always something going on stage the entire show.
So who are some of the cast members?
We have Abby Kaufman, who's playing Elle Woods. Abby's 17, senior at Central High School.
Does she have blonde hair?
She does have blonde hair. She was a natural blonde. We cast an Elle understudy because the role of Elle is very demanding. So if for some reason Abby were unable to do the show, we would have nobody else to fill her spot. It's not something that anybody can just jump into. That's a very demanding role.
So she doesn't have an understudy?
She does have an understudy.
Oh, she
we
does.
did cast an understudy.
Okay.
Stephanie Creve, who's in the show also playing Margot, is understudying Elle Woods, and she's doing a fantastic job. She's going to be performing 4 times throughout the run of the show also.
How's Abby doing?
Abby's doing great. She's fantastic. We were fortunate to find a natural blonde who's talented, can sing and dance, and has just a wonderful personality about her on stage.
Wasn't
she's fun
she
to
in
watch.
Zuzical?
I think she was. Yep,
Yeah.
she was involved with the Children's Theater. I know she's done quite a few projects.
That was about
locally.
3 or 4 years ago.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, she was in that. We have Chris Cooke, who's playing Professor Callahan. We have Derek Woodruff, who's playing Warren Huntington III. Emmett Forrest is played by Riley Phoenix, and Brooke Wyndham is played by Kristina Nichols. I think
Great
those are the
cast.
managers, yeah.
And Meg Parker's in the show as well.
Meg Parker is not anymore. Unfortunately, for medical reasons, Meg had to leave the show.
Right, and good for her that she's going to be able to address her health issues.
Yeah, she is. She'll still be a part. I think she's going to be able to help us backstage, and so she'll still be a part of the family. And
now I hear that you were able to obtain one of the very best, if not the best, choreographer in all of Traverse City.
Yeah, that would be a very impartial opinion on my part.
And who is that?
That's my wife, Kristina Nichols. She's choreographing this show, and actually she's been my choreographer ever since I've been doing projects that needed a choreographer, or since I've known her, that is. So,
how did that all work out?
It works out well. She reads my mind, which is fantastic. So I don't, if I can't put something to words, she can kind of figure out what it is I'm trying to say and what I want to see, and she can put something together. And then we do have a dance captain in this show, working very closely with Kristina, and that's Melissa Nerum, and together they're a phenomenal team.
And musical director?
Musical director is Joe Rice, and our vocal director is Mindy Rohn. So I was able to snare some top-notch folks to work on my.
How big is the art orchestra?
In pieces, I'm not sure how many pieces it is, but it's the particular challenge with the orchestra is it's not only a symphonic type, your stereotypical symphonic type musical orchestra, but it also has a rock band. So you've got a symphony orchestra and a rock band included in the piece. So it's
Wow.
fantastic. Yeah.
Wow.
And we stopped counting how many times the music changed and throughout the show. It's very challenging.
Who's doing your lighting design for you?
Ed Blackburn is doing my lighting design.
Oh, I was wondering where he was.
Yeah, he's here. He's doing that, and I'm able to grab him up pretty much for most of my projects. I love working with Ed. He's very creative.
And who came up with the costume design?
Kathy Verstrady came up with the costume design. She and I worked together on that, but she did all the legwork and put everything together, and most of the ideas were hers too.
How many cast members?
We have 29 cast members. We have 29 cast members in all, and a majority of those cast members, with the exception of the leads, of course, are playing dual roles.
You know all their first names?
Yes, I do. I could come up with them all if I was counting on my fingers. I could make sure I had them all going.
Okay, I'm going to time you right now. Wonderful. So anyway, this is the preview night.
It is a preview night tonight. We're very excited. We had our final rehearsal, regular rehearsal last night, and it went fantastic. Everything. I couldn't have asked for a better night. And if they bring it the same way they brought it tonight that they did last night, we're going to have a fantastic run, and I'm very confident that they will. It's a fun show. It's upbeat. It's your feet are always tapping, but it's got a message. It's got a real good message to it.
Fantastic. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it, Brad.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Catch, perfect match,